I am Madison Timmons.
I'm Chris Susi.
And we're paranormal specialists who live in the most haunted city on earth, Savannah, Georgia. Every day is Halloween in our line of work, so join us as we spin true tales of haunts, murders, and disturbing Savannah history. I'm Madison.
I'm Chris.
And welcome to the most haunted city on earth. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the most haunted city on earth. My name is Madison Timmons.
And I'm Chris Susi.
Yeah, JT is filling in for Chris today because Chris and his wife are on vacation, a well-deserved break.
They've been working their tookuses off at this museum.
Yes. So they're taking a nice little trip. So it's just going to be JT and I today. But don't worry, we brought in some really fun content for you guys.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited. I know nothing about any of this. All I've done is set the links up for the Parajunkies.
Yeah.
So I'm lit. This is going to be really fun.
So this one's going to be a little bit of a different setup than we typically do, at least like structure wise for the episodes, because it's not as linear as I typically like the episodes to flow. So we're going to go by category of type of house. We're going to be talking about haunted Zillow listings. And so we're going to start out with houses that give haunted vibes.
Okay.
It's the best way to describe it. So something that I found out from researching this. Now, I have never worked in real estate, and I don't actually know many people who work in real estate, but I did find out that when a house is considered haunted or has had stories about being haunted or whatever, it's called a stigmatized house.
A stigmatized house.
And so
that's crazy.
I know, which
they have like a term for it?
Yes. Well, because I looked it up because, you know, this was a lot harder to research than I was anticipating, to be quite honest, because it's not like you can go into Zillow and say haunted houses, listings that are haunted. They don't do that. And so I Googled, I was like, what do they even call a haunted house? Because you have to know some of the realtors are aware of what's going on in the house. And in some places, they are not legally required to tell you that somebody has died in the house or whatever, Savannah being one of them.
Really?
Yes. They do not have to tell you if somebody has died in the house.
That's crazy.
Yep. So... so I looked into it, and they literally were like, it's called a stigmatized house. And I'm like, that's such a nice way to say it. It's like, this house has a story.
It's seasoned.
It's seasoned. So we're going to talk about some of them that are going to be vibes. And then we're going to do some that are houses that have stories that I was able to find.
Okay.
And so, one of them has a lengthier story, but some of them have shorter stories because it can vary a little bit. Because most of these are in small rural areas, so you can imagine.
Sure.
If you're not from the area, you don't necessarily get the luxury of knowing everything about the house. But let's go ahead and get into it.
I actually have an announcement, though.
Oh, you have
just
an
real quick, real quick. Not something you want to skip over. So. And this is the Parajunkies' first time hearing this too, because we just got confirmation, but we will be officially doing a overnight paranormal investigation of the Rylander Theatre in Americus, Georgia, the entire theater, on July 29th.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
I'm very excited for that.
The night of July 29th. That's when we could get it. That's when they gave it to us, and that's when we're doing it.
Yep. And that's going to be really exciting, y'all, because I think we are the first investigation in that theater since the 90s or something like that.
Yeah, there was a lot said on the phone call between Miss Heather and I, the director. She's amazing, by the way. There was a lot said, but I kind of remember her saying that I do know that they don't just allow people to do this. But after speaking with her, and she kind of did some investigating of her own on our channel, and they saw that we're pros. She was like, okay, We'll let it happen. So it hasn't happened in a really long time, and I want to say she said the 90s. So yeah,
I'm excited. I think it's gonna be really cool.
Oh, Pair of Junkies elite! It's gonna be awesome, y'all.
It is.
So y'all gonna get the full blown all night live stream, PJs.
Yes. So that's going to be really exciting. As always, we have a ton of different stuff going on for Haunted City Summer. So that's going to be the second investigation of Haunted City Summer behind the investigation that we're doing at Bubba Garcia's, which is the old Tondee's Tavern here in Savannah. So we got to have a lot of cool investigations going on for you guys in the near future. Very exciting.
One hell of a summer.
And going into the episode, Alex did clarify that's why houses are normally cheaper. Either it's haunted or a murder happened at the house or listing. My mom was a realtor. So thank you, Alex.
Yeah.
And I will say some of these listings have appalling pricing for
really?
Yeah.
Like low or high?
You'll see.
Okay.
Some of them make sense, but some of them... would I spend that money? I don't know.
All right.
But regardless, so let's go ahead and start out. We are going to start out with the category of vibes. Okay. So our first one is a house that is Dixon Street, hashtag or pound sign 137, Imboden, Arkansas.
Imboden. I don't know.
Imboden. I don't know.
Oh, that's all Imboden.
Yeah.
I know. I've been there.
Arkansas, which, by the way, from doing this research, I came to find out Arkansas has a ton of horrifying listings and very scary placings of houses. Yeah, and they're usually in the middle of nowhere. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to look through the photos, and then I'm going to read the listing description, and then if we have a story, I'll talk about that.
Cool. And Pair of Junkies, sign off in the comments. Y'all see the links, right? Everything posted, all right? Go for it.
All right. So here is the house.
Oh.
It's very dilapidated, very rural. Does have this, which looks like a man-made...
Cute little pond.
Looks like a great place to bury someone under shallow water.
I think I see a body right in there.
It might be a rock or a body. We don't know. This little privacy gate.
Okay.
And then that's another side view of the house. It's very old, very creepy.
Oh, yeah.
Now, tell me this doesn't look like a serial killer lives here.
Yeah. No, it definitely does.
What is this window with the bars?
I don't know.
Weird.
That is super weird, actually.
Also,
it looks like the bars that would be in a staircase. Maybe it was a staircase that was crafted into a wall.
But it's a one story.
Oh God!
Yeah, but also look at the
story.
floors too. That's the perfect type of floor if you want to clean up blood regularly.
Yeah, no, it really is.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's creepy.
So creepy.
I don't know who would want to live there. Oh my God.
I also find it disturbing when the listing photos have pieces of personal. I guess property in them, like a cowboy hat, like in what is that? Like a can of oil. Like it tells you a little bit about who lived there.
Yeah, what? There's like just a funnel on the counter?
Yeah, it's weird. A bottle of
wine. And then not
the bowling pin.
Not the bowling pin.
And so, also, who is this? Why is she holding a
What in the hell
Why is she
is
holding
going
up
on?
The Tasmanian devil blanket, I guess?
Is this a person or is that a mirror?
Know. Maybe it's a mirror. That might be it. It looked like a person
because it looks like jeans.
Yeah, and a shirt, right?
And a shirt. And she's just holding it.
Also, how creepy is this mattress?
Oh God, there's a big old stain on it.
Yeah, this raw mattress.
It's just raw.
Oh God, and here's the bathroom.
Jeez.
There is a chicken though, it looks like, so that's nice.
It's the only sign of life.
Yeah, so that's the house.
Oh my Lord.
And where I found this, it was a Reddit thread called Zillow Gone Wild, which is my new favorite Reddit thread.
Yeah. Alex said price unknown?
Yeah, no, price unknown. Exactly. So
yeah, Apple Jackson is giving Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
It is, the pond is sinister for sure. Here
is the listing description. Great location in all caps.
Yep. Imboden.
Yep. Here's your chance to own acreage at the edge of town. Creepy.
Town. I gotta see this. I gotta see this town.
Right.
Like, is there like nice restaurants? Or?
I guarantee you it has a stoplight and maybe a gas station. But yeah, it's 7.36 acres with access from Dixon Street on one side and County Roads 137/1170 on the other side. The house is an older farmhouse that is livable but could use some work. You don't say. The acreage has a small pond and is cross-fenced, good area for wildlife, or would make a good hobby farm or a place to build a new house. City utilities are available if you want to develop the property into residential lots as well. Good location, close to town, and quiet. Sounds like the perfect place.
It does. Quiet? Yeah, I like quiet. I'm an old man. I was going to say
for a serial killer.
Oh, okay. No.
So yeah, it looks like it
yeah, Alex, if you scroll down, it looks like there's a
it was listed for $89,900.
Shut the hell up in 2023. That's a steal, y'all.
And I guarantee you somebody died or it is severely haunted.
That's a steal.
Yeah.
What a good oh man, I'm gonna go buy it.
No.
She's like, we are not.
No, we're not doing that. So yeah, to me, it gives haunted vibes.
Yeah. And it's right there on the edge of town, the most happening part of Impotent.
Yep. You know how it is.
All right. Starting off strong.
Yes.
It's on to the next one.
All right. So the next one is going to be in Seattle. So this one is...
Okay.
All right. So this is 4001 Renton Avenue South, Seattle, Washington.
What the hell?
Yeah.
400. No, go back up. Hold on. No. Wait. For everyone listening, this house is 680 square feet, has one bathroom, 2 bedroom, and go ahead and say what you think. It's in where? Seattle?
Yeah.
Washington. Say the number you think it is. 433,500 for that. This thing is teeny, yo.
And for that price, you too can own a scary property. Alex said for the last one, there's probably bodies around the property.
Yeah. Oh my Lord. Wait, so this thing is really $500,000.
Yes, it sure is.
This little shack.
Is
it like in the middle of Seattle or what is it?
It doesn't appear like it is.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, it's very dilapidated.
Oh, no, it's not.
There's Seattle.
All the way the hell over there?
And it's right here.
That's at least 30 miles from Seattle and it's $500,000. That's insane.
Okay, so here's the interior.
Okay.
Already terrifying.
Yes,
with
that is.
That dirty orange carpet and these scritched up wooden doors are giving me creepy vibes. Definitely looks like a murder occurred.
Oh my gosh. That carpet is... Are you serious? $500,000 for this?
Yes, $500,000.
They're nuts. Yeah. They're nuts.
And here, look at this bedroom.
Oh my
all
Lord.
Could be yours for $500,000.
Stop saying that. Oh my Lord. Jim said Washington has ridiculous prices.
It sure does.
Alex, you guys are so funny. That's a good house in Seattle.
But like, it's so creepy. Look at this.
Holy crap. Look at those bunk
Are you
beds.
telling me somebody has not killed someone in this house?
No, absolutely.
It's so poor person taking these photos, whoever this is in the mirror. Get out of there.
Get out of there.
Yeah, like it's just giving eerie vibes. What is this bathroom?
No, I don't know. I mean, it's just straight wood. Like it's just wood paneling. And there's like Madison, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 types of wood in this photo. There are 6. The 2 walls are made up of 6 types of wood. If you are listening, that is what's happening. And the bathtub is a very weird blue. It's just solid blue.
That's 70s blue. That's like
still.
Yeah. Lord. I mean the tub's kind of cool, but the rest of it's very, very off-putting.
Yeah. Lord. Holy crap.
Yeah, and here's the basement. Are you kidding me? Me? What is that?
That?
That's where the ghost lives. I guarantee you.
That looks like That's giving a barbarian almost.
Wait till you see the actual barbarian property.
There's a barbarian property in this episode? Y'all, stop.
Yeah. You think this is giving barbarian? Just you wait.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's where the ghost lives, in my opinion.
I really like doing this. I don't know what it is, just seeing
Here's
all these
the
photos.
basement.
Oh, my Lord. Well, you could definitely, that kind of just looks like a basement.
It's giving me a vibe, though.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely giving like torture chamber vibes.
Yeah.
But like a lot of basements do that.
Does it?
Yeah.
And this is where the torture...
No, honestly, no. This is nice. Look, you put your tools. There's nice shelving there. Okay, that's like my favorite part.
No, this was the dismemberment area, obviously.
Okay.
And this is where he kept the bodies on the slabs. He built this slick little shelf unit.
Dude. Dang.
I'm only assuming it's a man, but...
The different light temperatures, too. It's like really
creepy.
warm light in one room and really like white hospital light in the other.
And what is this? It's just a giant box?
I don't know. Maybe
That's
a work desk, workbench?
That's the torture table.
Okay.
Definitely. This is also a dismemberment area.
Oh, my Lord. Yeah?
Yep. And
Goodness gracious.
You can wash up real quick afterwards. It's streamlined.
Yeah, it is. All right.
So, yeah.
That was...
Oh, and here's the toilet down there. Yeah. So it's really...
Oh, and a
bathtub. Yes.
Bathtub down there. Holy
Yeah.
crap. All right. We are cooking with grease.
All right. And so this next one is technically... So I linked the Reddit thread where I found it because the Zillow listing is not the same anymore. Okay. And I forgot to mention, I got to read the description. 1 second. Okay. So, description. Attention builders and investors.
Woo!
Here's an incredible opportunity in the heart of Columbia City. This fixer property offers immense potential with the option to tear down, rebuild, add a DADU or ADU, or maybe townhomes. Zone NR3, bring your creative ideas and capitalize on this prime location, just minutes away from light rail, Seattle U, University of Washington, downtown Seattle, and a plethora of amenities. Not at your home, though. Whether you're looking to develop or renovate, this property is a dream investment waiting to be realized. Not my dream. Don't miss out on this chance to shape the future of this desirable neighborhood. Act now and turn this diamond in the rough into a true gem. Buyer to verify all information to its own satisfaction.
How dare they?
Literally.
How dare they sell that property for $433? I would think like $250.
Yeah.
$250.
No, less.
Well, because they're saying like it's in a night. We don't know the neighborhood. It might be a nice like little area.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yikes, y'all.
Anywho, so our next one is 2249 State Highway 66 in Roseholt, Wisconsin.
Okay.
And here is the photos.
Okay.
Looks normal at first.
That's actually kind of cute.
Yeah, it's cute.
All right, so it's like a 2-story, because we do have some people listening. So it's like a 2-story house. It looks a little like oh man, why am I blanking? The one up in the murder house. The serial killer, Herb Baumeister.
Oh, yes.
God, it looks like Herb Baumeister's house.
Okay.
Old Herb, doesn't it? It's got that stone wall. Okay. Also, what in the hell? The chimney is literally 3 stories high. I mean, this chimney is nuts, y'all.
Just wait.
Okay.
Okay, so we come in. Yeah,
I like the amount of natural light.
Okay,
all right.
It needs a little paint. Keep it moving.
What in the... Where do we? That's not the same house.
It is the same house. This is what I was talking about.
My Leah says she loves it.
Wait till you get to the basement, Leah.
Oh my gosh!
This is what I'm talking about. This is the barbarian tunnel system.
Oh yeah, it is.
Isn't
it does
it
look like the movie Barbarian.
Isn't that? And those are the only photos.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, that is obnoxiously creepy. Holy crap.
Yeah.
So what are we looking at here? So it's like a stone tunnel wall. Like there's it's like a tunnel.
Yes.
Is that going straight down? Or is that looking up the chimney?
No, this is in the basement. Somebody said in the Reddit thread that it was like a coal tunnel or something.
A coal tunnel?
Something
so you can
along,
move some coal into your
right.
house?
But I'm like, what is this cross though? Why is this here?
Cross?
Look at it right here. There's a cross.
Oh, what the heck? Oh, I didn't even see that. There is a cross. Like it's like etched in the stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, yo.
That's where the demon lives.
Oh my gosh.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's creepy.
All right. Yeah, so those are ones with vibes because I felt like that made a lot of sense personally.
Oh,
so, I stand corrected. We have one more for vibes, and that is 261 West South Avenue, Canton, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Mind you, someone had purchased this home and was refurbishing and then suddenly quit out of nowhere. That's the only information I have about this property.
Okay.
So,
I'm into it. It's gorgeous.
gorgeous, right?
Yeah, contact the agent. I love it. It's
So pretty, right?
Wow. Wow.
So,
What's going to go wrong here? Okay, so hold on. For everyone listening, we have a gorgeous like what would you call that? Like cologne? I'm not
like Victorian.
It's Victorian-ish.
Yeah.
Big room, tall ceilings, multiple windows, gorgeous like original wood floors. I mean, this is like it looks like a castle.
Well, and somebody put a lot of love into it,
Yeah.
but out of nowhere, they just stopped refurbishing. Like these floors needed to be fixed.
Well, maybe they just gave up.
No, but
Like,
Jay,
this is hard.
they bought the property, they started refurbishing it, and then out of nowhere, they stopped doing it.
Okay.
So what caused this person to spend all this money? Because that's a lot of money, y'all.
Yeah,
To get this house like the way
how many
it is.
bedrooms?
It is. Let me see. Yeah, it is 7 bedrooms and 4 baths.
It's only 357. So okay, hold on.
But look, they stopped here.
Oh, whoa.
This is
that's so pretty.
But Jay, this is where they stopped, and it's that tower. So do you think there's something in the tower that scared
like,
them away?
Because I don't know. Let's buy it and find out.
And also, why is it that cheap? Like, look at all of this.
That's really cheap. No, this is like, y'all, if you are looking for a house in the Pennsylvania area, you need to you need to click this link. Exactly. That is in the description. All the for everyone listening, I'm going to have all the links, house 1, house 2, house 3 in the description. Wow.
Yeah.
That is just stunning. What's this little house over here?
This is like probably.
It's a barn?
Yeah.
Look at that mossy roof.
It's very cute.
I love it.
But I'm telling you, there's something wrong with that tower.
The fact that it looks like that, I don't care where it is in the world, that house should not be $357,000.
Unless something horrible happened.
That is a multi-million-dollar house. Is it still for sale?
Yes.
Y'all, it's still for sale.
And they cut the price by $10,000. That's how hard.
Yeah, Ashley said, honestly, for that price, I don't care how many ghosts are in there. I'll take it.
Literally.
Seriously.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. There must be something super messed up about this house for them to have to list it at this price, and they had to cut $10,000 off of it. There's something wrong, you know?
Go to picture 29. Mylea said, picture 29. Y'all, there's something behind that door.
Okay. Hold on. Scrolling over.
I mean, y'all, I'm actually serious. Like this is such people need to buy this. Oh yeah.
It's so creepy.
Wow.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in the crack.
Oh shoot. What the hell? Like,
where it looks like the shadow of somebody standing behind the door.
Oh, it does. It does. You ain't playing, dude.
It's creepy, right?
So it's creepy.
There's something wrong.
It's creepy, but like Ashley said, you can handle the ghosts, but whoever is listening to that, I know there's somebody listening to this right now, and they're like, I really want a mansion for $357,000 that I have. You need to use it on this. This is nuts. Click the link. What is this, house 4?
Yes.
Yeah, click the link.
Also, the thing is like they give very minimal information about the house.
Yeah.
Probably for a reason. The description literally only says, "What a rare find. Home offers old world charm and a cupola roof. You enter and are greeted by a grand foyer and open staircase, living room, dining room, and modern kitchen area. Full primary bedroom located on the main floor with modern bath. Second floor offers additional bedrooms with bathrooms." I'm telling you, somebody spent hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Can I be real with you, Maddie? When you pulled this house up, when you pulled this house up, and I saw it for the first time, I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was $1 million, multiple millions, right? And I'm like, this must have some like, go back to it because I'm about to reference that. Yeah. This must have some like torture room or something where something horrible has happened. But you said this one was the last one of the vibes, right? And then it is 9,928 square feet, 4 baths, 7 bedrooms.
Literally.
7 bedrooms. But look at this. Listed, updated September 9th of 2024. How has this steel, this is a steel, how is it still for sale? There is something wrong.
There's something wrong. There's something seriously wrong with the house.
Yeah.
There's no way. I'm just saying.
This is nuts because I want to buy it right now.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
I'm just saying nobody throws that much money at a house and then doesn't finish it or continue to live in the house unfinished.
And price cut.
And price cut. That is insane.
Yep. So that's nuts. And if you listen to this, we have a ton of Pennsylvania listeners, like a ton. So if you are a Pennsylvania listener and you are in or around Canton, click the link and look at this.
Yes.
Please report back to us because wow.
Seriously. It's disturbing.
Yeah.
So now we're going to move into houses with stories.
Ooh, Ashley said if we have any pair junkies in Pennsylvania, buy this and open a haunted B&B. We do. So do that.
Smiley said there's a pending sale and I hope it's someone in this chat. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. Pending sale, but it's been listed September.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
I know.
Crazy.
They might have done that to like stir up some, interest or something. But so we're going to go into houses with stories. So our first one is the Old Allen House, which is 705 North Main Street in Monticello, Arkansas.
Arkansas again?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I told you.
Arkansas's haunted.
Yeah.
It's a haunted state. Maybe we should do a couple episodes on haunted Arkansas.
Right? Okay, so do you want to hear the story first or do you want to see the photos first?
I want to hear the story first.
Okay. So, the 1907 Allen House, a 9,500 square foot, 2.5-story mansion with a 2,000 square foot attic, was built in 1906 as a Gothic Victorian house on 1.45 acres. The lumber used to construct the Allen's forever dream home came from Joe Allen's personal timberland and featuring the hearts of 400-year-old oaks and pine trees. The front of the home is quite impressive. Over the entrance, a massive portico supported by Grecian columns stands tall, and on one end of the front, a 3-story octagonal turret stands out, while the other end features another identical octagonal turret. The front entrance is framed by large stained glass windows, and New Orleans glassblowers crafted the home's stained glass windows, while artisans in St. Louis crafted the curved window frames.
Ooh.
The tin ceiling above the dining room table has hand beaten into an intricate work of art resembling a sea of cherub faces.
Okay.
All of this is leaning to sound like a haunted house.
Yeah. But I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Sounds gorgeous.
Yes, it is very pretty. You will see.
Okay.
And so as of December 2016, the Old Allen House was available for sale and still retained many of its original treasures. According to Zillow, the home boasts 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, original chandeliers, stained glass windows, beveled glass doors, crystal doorknobs, original moldings, hardwood floors, and original woodwork and staircases. The first floor kitchen serves as a convenient space for guests, visitors, and tourists, while the second-story kitchen offers more space for the owner's convenience. This second kitchen was added when the home offered rental apartments. Additionally, there's a spacious parking area on the property that can accommodate 5 vehicles and yada, yada, yada. So, the history.
Yeah.
Owner Mark Spencer discovered a pack of letters in the mansion's attic with the assistance of a spirit. These letters provided crucial details about the circumstances leading up to the death of Ladell Allen.
Ooh.
Spencer has published a book titled A Haunted Love Story, The Ghosts of the Allen House, which delves into the paranormal history of the property and shares it with the public.
Wow.
For a comprehensive understanding of the story, readers are encouraged to read the book, obviously, to learn more about this history. But prior to the construction of the Allen House on this land, Rogers Female Academy was established in 1857. But during the Civil War, the school building served as a hospital for wounded Confederate soldiers. After the war, the school reopened as Wood Thompson School for Boys, later transitioning to a co-ed institution. A lot of energy moving through this space.
Yeah.
So
sounds like it.
Joe Lee Allen initially made his fortune as a successful planter. He then invested in the lumber industry, which proved to be a lucrative venture. And additionally, Allen demonstrated wise investment in local businesses, purchasing a theater in town. He owned a livery stable, a private school, and the Allen Hotel. He also purchased a hearse and rented it out for funerals. So he was not shy to the dark side of things.
Madam V said, lost me at cherub faces.
Yeah, right. And so he had a passion for selling cars as well as horses, mules, buggies, and wagons. He was elected president of the Commercial Loan and Trust Company in 1908. He entered the public service sector when he was appointed treasurer of Drew County. And in 1906 to 1907, Joe Lee Allen constructed a magnificent 2.5-story mansion with a spacious attic for his wife Katie and their expanding family. This was their cherished dream home, but tragically, their infant son passed away at the tender age of 9 months. However, their 3 daughters, Lonnie, Ladell, and Louie, born in 1891, 1894, and 1897, grew up in luxury and reveled in the privileges of their father's successful business endeavors. 19-year-old Ladell had a first date with Prentice Savage. That was his name. Prentice Savage.
Prentice Savage.
Which is so jarring.
Yeah.
But a boy from a well-to-do family in 1913. However, their relationship was short-lived as he was about to leave for Texas in 1914. Despite her interest in him, Ladell was not reciprocated due to her mother, Mother Allen, making it clear that the rules of virtue would be upheld if he made a move to kiss her while sitting on the front porch.
Okay.
In 1914, Ladell married a local, a handsome man named Boyd Boner.
Okay.
That's his name. Who owned the
Boyd Boner. I heard that.
Who owned the town pool hall. And Joe and Katie were not thrilled with this marriage. Ladell and Boyd moved to Texas, where Boyd worked on an oil rig. While Boyd was an affable and hardworking man, he had some marriage-wrecking habits. Despite his drinking and Ladell's faults, their marriage lasted for 13 years. They remained friends even after their divorce. Well, Joe Allen, the successful businessman and devoted family man, was plagued by hereditary heart issues. These conditions likely contributed to the tragic deaths of his infant son and his youngest daughter, Louie, in the 1940s. Tragically, Ladell's son may have also been affected by the same heart condition. Joe's untimely demise was at the age of 54 due to a heart attack that left a profound impact on Ladell, who never fully recovered from the loss. Caddy Allen demonstrated remarkable courage and determination. Lonnie and her husband, Carl, decided to move back in with Caddy, and she kindly offered them a room for $10 rent.
$10.
To make ends meet, Caddy rented out a room and entrusted Carl with the responsibility of running the theater. And through her astute business acumen, Caddy Allen successfully managed to grow the family fortune.
Okay.
And on a brighter note, Ladell and Boyd's marriage produced a son named Alan Boner, who was born in 1915. During his teenage years, Alan decided to return to the family home in Monticello, Texas, to spend time with his grandmother, Caddy, as well as his cousin, aunt, and uncle. Alan found his special place at the Allen house in the attic space.
Okay.
And he discovered his talent for writing and pursued it by majoring in journalism during his college years. After graduation, he moved to New York and secured a well-paying job as an editor for the radio division of the Associated Press in the early 1940s.
So wait, there's a Monticello, Texas, and a Monticello,
Yes.
Arkansas,
There's a lot of Monticellos. So
and a Monticello, Florida.
yes.
And they're all kind of like in a line, I'm sure.
Yeah, they kind of are. Yeah.
That's weird.
So yeah, but he got this job. But interesting, he was spared from being drafted into World War II, likely due to a health issue.
Okay.
After her divorce, Laudel eventually moved to Memphis for a while. She endured a series of relationships, none of which concluded happily. She returned to the family home. Her most recent heartbreak was her first love, Prentice Savage, whom she had reconnected with while in Memphis. Prentice was already married to Helena, a woman he detested. Despite his high-level job with an oil company and ample financial resources they shared, Prentice had risen in stature and had ample free time. This allowed him to easily indulge in casual flings with women on the side. He set his sights on Laudel and pushed her to see him, intending to have a relationship with her on the side. This time, Mom wasn't there to stop him. Laudel had just been deserted by the stateside POW guard she had been in a relationship with during the war, and she was lonely. Uh-oh. First, Prentice Savage pledged his eternal love for Laudel. Then he deserted her when Helena gave him a hard time in divorce court, demanding most of the couple's assets.
Oof.
The ugly truth was that Prentice loved his money and property more than being with Laudel.
Prentice.
Mm-hmm. After her tragic death, Laudel's mother sealed up her room, preserving it as a time capsule for 40 years. Following Cattie's passing in 1954, the mansion was divided into apartments for rental and managed by members of the Allen family for a while. Eventually, the mansion was sold to an outsider. During the 1960s, it became housing for college students attending the University of Arkansas until the mid-1980s, when it was once again placed on the real estate market and transformed into a private residence.
Okay.
In the mid-1980s, the mansion was sold to a couple who transformed it into a cozy family home once again. They opened a gift shop in one of the first-floor back rooms and even opened Laudel's sealed bedroom, which I think is where they went wrong. Eventually, the mansion was sold to a Texan woman who had a deep love for the home and its hidden treasures. She kept the unseen residents under control by displaying crucifix, prayer paintings of Jesus, and making appeals to Jesus. However, she was quite the peculiar person. The Allen home underwent a change of hands in 2007, leading to a 2-year escrow period when Mark and Rebecca Spencer entered the picture. They had to rent another temporary house because the Texan woman was reluctant to relinquish the property, which she had grown attached to. But finally, in 2009, the Spencer family moved into the Allen home. The Spencer family had relocated to Monticello when Mark secured a position as head professor at the University of Arkansas. The Allen house had long been renowned as the town's haunted house.
Okay.
Initially skeptical about the existence of spirits, Mark's encounters with them and the overwhelming evidence of paranormal activity convinced him and his family that the spirits were indeed present. Mark Spencer ended up writing 2 books about this house.
Alex said, I want this house.
She
She actually lives near the house because she lives in NOLA. And she said, Pam, I think that's a reflection of someone in the room.
Oh. And so to raise funds, Mark and Rebecca discovered that the townspeople of all ages were eager to visit the house. And due to the high cost of restoration work, they offered guided tours by appointment. And as they became increasingly aware that Laudel was their resident spirit, they began hosting special events such as Have Dinner with a Ghost every October. And to raise funds, they organized ghost tours during Halloween, hiring students to be the tour guides, and evidence that would eventually be presented through paranormal investigations that discovered the presence of the spirits and concrete evidence that corroborated their other paranormal experiences. And apparently, Laudel is accompanied by key family members, along with an unidentified boy. Ooh. The spirits are not threatening. Instead, they are friendly and slightly playful, enjoying interacting with the living. But ever since the Allen house...
Until you call the wrong one in.
That's true. And ever since the Allen house was sold in the 1950s, its inhabitants have claimed to have encountered the spirits of those who once lived there. Here are some possible reasons, though.
Okay.
So women who have experienced heartbreak and loss lost love can feel so overwhelmed by sadness and hopelessness that they resort to extreme measures such as unaliving to escape the pain and distress caused by broken relationships.
Like inside the house?
Inside the house.
Well, that's not very okay. All right.
And however, their attempts to escape often lead them to become trapped in this world, usually near the location of their tragic deaths.
Okay, so we were in Happy Land with this house, and then all of a sudden it's like, but also,
Well, yeah, there has to be a duality.
I guess.
But so one such tragic incident occurred in 1949 when Laudel, a 54-year-old woman, took her own life by drinking cyanide on Christmas Eve after indulging in a plate of Christmas treats.
Oh my Lord, in the house.
In the house.
Oh my gosh.
The loss of her sister Louie, her son in another relationship that had significant importance in her life, was too much for her to bear, and she succumbed to her injuries the following day. When people unexpectedly die, especially when they believe that they have their entire lives ahead of them, they sometimes linger in their favorite places on Earth, finding ways to entertain themselves even by amusing the living. For instance, Alan Boner, the son of Laudel, tragically passed away in New York City in his mid-20s due to complications with pneumonia, possibly exacerbated by heart issues, all while embarking on his career in journalism. But sometimes entities of families keep the spirit of their loved one who passed away in this world company. They also enjoy reminiscing about their own life in their special home, especially if the death was unexpected.
Okay.
For instance, Alan and Joe, the father of Laudel, and Caddy, Laudel's mother, visit and stay with her to keep her company. A young boy of 5 years, whose name is not mentioned, may be the reason why he stays at the Allen house. Children who die in childhood often prefer to stay in their family home or a place that they once enjoyed during their life. The boy might have attended the school that once stood on the property. However, it's important to note that the spirit may not be directly connected to the headstone. Moving graves or gravestones can cause restlessness and confuse spirits. And so, interestingly, the boy's gravestone was discovered hanging inside the wall of the old dilapidated carriage house on the property. And since Laudel passed away in 1900, it's believed that the servants who joined the Allen family in 1907 may have brought the headstone of a deceased family member with them and hid it in the wall. Ooh. Children who pass away sometimes remain in the world searching for their family members or seeking a family to join. And so occasionally spirits manifest as children to relive their joyful past. So it is possible that Lonnie, Laudel, and Louie may appear as children to reminisce about the carefree times they shared.
Triple L's.
And so the apparitions that are seen on the property are Laudel's son, Alan, even though he died in New York, Laudel's father, 3 little girls, Laudel's mother, Caddy, and a 5-year-old boy. So it's like mega haunted.
Yeah, that's mega haunted. All right, I'm excited to see it. I haven't seen it yet. Oh, the Pair Junkies are like, I want to buy it. Oh, wow.
Isn't it beautiful?
It is. How much are you selling it for?
It is.
Get out.
I know.
Get out.
Yeah.
Leave right now. This is the end of you and me. You and me. It's too late. I can't wait.
Look at it.
This
Isn't
is
so pretty.
Unfreaking believable. Is it for sale?
I don't believe it is.
Yeah, there's
currently.
no way.
But
all right, so for everyone listening, it is 200. His estimate is $296,000. That is stupid.
Yeah, and it's so pretty.
Wow,
like that's crazy.
It is. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
But that also tells you what's wrong with the house that they're not telling us.
Exactly. No, exactly. Hold on, I saw something in one of these photos. What was it? What's that? Oh, okay. That's just
I think it's just a
looked like it looked some. I don't know. It looked like someone like hovering over the mirror.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at that. That's unbelievable.
It
is.
Oh,
that's so cute. The sink is so cute. I love it.
It is very nice.
What a bed. Does it
also,
come fully furnished?
That's JT right there.
Yeah.
To take a photo of the dog in front of the house and frame it.
That is me. That's me. That's what I do. Those are things that I do.
Yeah. So, and here's the little excerpt about it.
Is there an attic?
There is, but they didn't show any photos of it.
Weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the Allen house.
I think it's just gorgeous, and I don't understand why it is so cheap.
I know.
That's unbelievable.
So I know that one was a little long-winded. Fear not, y'all. We have a shorter story next attached to this property. So the next one is called Octagon Farms.
Okay.
And it is located at 34315 State Highway 10, Walton, New York.
Ooh, New York property.
And so the story is the most endearing tale associated with Octagon Farm centers around a tragic event from the 19th century. According to local lore, a young bride dressed in her wedding gown mounted a white horse to ride to her ceremony. But tragically, the horse became spooked, throwing her off and leading her to her untimely death. Since then, numerous reports claim that the spectral scene of the bride's fatal fall replays nightly, with witnesses describing the apparition of a woman in white being thrown from a horse.
Woman in white. If Chris was here, he'd be
Yep.
like, woman in white.
Yes. And so this is Octagon Farms.
Oh, because the house is an octagon?
Yes.
Shut
and
up.
it is listed
It's
for
so cool.
for 1.1 million.
Oh, finally, something that's listed what it
Right.
looks.
Because it's 12 beds, 7 baths, and 3,842 square feet.
And it's on an 85-acre lot.
Yes.
Holy Jehoshaphat.
And so
Oh, it's so pretty.
it's super cute.
Oh, wow. I love it. I love it. It's real pretty.
And it's on a river.
Oh, it's on a river. Look how cute.
But it definitely looks like something's wrong in this
Yeah.
house.
Oh, yeah. That's haunted as hell.
Yeah.
That looks haunted as hell.
But it's a very
I
cool
feel
property.
I feel like houses that have shapes are like way more likely to be haunted. I can't explain it. I don't know why I
there's
feel that
logic
way.
behind it because
Oh, yeah.
there's
logic.
There's more corners in an octagon, so there's
Yeah.
more places for spirits to hide.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
But it's really cute though. Like,
Yeah,
look at
no,
that.
it's-
I love the wood paneling.
No, it's gorgeous. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And the land is just, I mean, if you're a hunter,
And also it has the spiral staircase.
oh my
which
Lord, that is cool.
Is super key in a lot of haunted properties because it
Yeah.
almost creates like a vortex of energy, which is interesting.
Applejack says now they have JoJo stuck in their head.
Oh no.
I do that.
Sorry about that. And this is the barn.
Look at the barn. That is amazing.
It's very cool.
That is amazing. Does it come with a grocery store?
Yeah. Like
It
a little
does not
farm
come with
store.
a grocery
Yeah.
store.
It sure do.
Wow.
And all this can be yours for 1.1 million.
It's actually not bad.
Yeah.
For 85. I mean,
And the description says the Octagon Farm is an 85-acre farm in a lush river valley with mountain views. The most notable structure is the brick Octagon house built in 1856. This 10-room historic building is one of 8 brick Octagon houses in the U.S., and the main house was once a cider mill dating back to 1881. The carriage house was built in 1776. There is a large heated barn with a milk house, kitchen, hayloft, bathroom, and large farm stand. The land features 2 ponds and a beautiful stretch of flat river bottom cropland where a 2,500 foot of, I guess that's feet of river frontage on the West Branch, a popular spot for trout fishing, boating, and tubing.
listen to me. If we had this,
I know.
you wouldn't be able to get me in the house. I would just be outside.
But-
I don't care if it's the middle of February. I'm out there ice fishing. I mean, do you think the river freezes? I don't know.
Probably.
Ice,
It's New York.
Ice fishing, doing all of the things because this looks like an outdoorsman's paradise.
It
I would
really
love
does.
I would love it.
But the thing is it has all the makings for a haunted house.
Yeah.
Because it's got an octagon shape. It has a massive river flowing by it. It's got super old property. It's, it has a history of tragedy. It's everything you need for a good haunting.
It's true. It's true.
and a spiral staircase.
Twice as many corners, twice as many ghosts. That's what
Absolutely.
you said.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so our next one is going to be the Haunted House Restaurant. It is a house, but it was a restaurant.
Okay.
So the story is, so it's at 7101 North Miramar Boulevard in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And the property is steeped in a rich and eerie history that has captivated locals and visitors alike. Originally built in 1935, this 2-story stone mansion gained notoriety as the Haunted House Restaurant, a fine dining establishment that operated for several decades.
Haunted House Restaurant.
Yeah.
You and I would go.
Oh,
In
absolutely.
a freaking heartbeat.
But the mansion's haunting reputation stems from a series of tragic events in the early 1960s.
Ooh.
In 1963, Martin Cracker,
I think it's Carricker.
Carricker? I like Cracker better.
All right, Martin Cracker.
A local
Middle name Saltine.
a local automobile dealer residing in the house with his ex-wife Clara and stepdaughter Margaret Pearson, who was
weird. That's weird because that's the exact name of the person that the old lady that lived under me that in college, and we just like
yeah,
bullshit.
that is weird.
Yeah.
That is really weird. Well, Margaret was found murdered, shot with a .22 rifle.
Oh no.
Pearson was charged with his murder. With this murder, but was acquitted. Oh, well, actually, excuse me. Martin was murdered. Pearson was the one who did it and was acquitted. Before her trial, Clara died under mysterious circumstances. And in 1964, Pearson herself was found dead in the house from an apparent drug overdose.
Oh my Lord.
So that's 3 dead in this house.
3 deaths in the house separate.
Yes. And in 1964, Arthur and Marianne Thibault purchased the property and transformed it into the Haunted House Restaurant. The establishment became renowned for its intimate dining rooms, vintage ambiance, and tales of lingering spirits. And over the years, it attracted a host of celebrities, including Bob Hope, Liberace, and Mickey Mantle.
Liberace.
Cool. The restaurant operated successfully for decades, offering patrons not just gourmet meals, but also a brush with the supernatural.
Nice.
And
I'm excited to see
this is her.
it. Mylia says it's gorgeous. I'm
Yes.
deceased.
So it is up for sale for $599,000, and it has a $100K price cut. So something's off.
Something's off. Maybe it was the Moitas.
Probably the Moitas. But yeah, so here's the property.
Okay.
It's really cute.
Hold on, let me see the. Okay. It's on a couple acres.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. I love the stone, like the stone walls. Wow.
I know. It's really nice.
Wow, look at that. That is gorgeous. It's wood,
really,
yo.
I know.
And it has a little balcony.
Yeah.
That's
It's
cute.
With the like stained glass and all of that. It's very pretty. This is creepy. This white room is very creepy, but
I mean, it's kind of nice though.
This also feels like a labyrinth.
Floors need to be redone.
Yeah.
Lord Jesus.
Major.
Yoicks.
That's creepy.
Oh, that's just a square room.
Yeah. Some of the non-restaurant rooms are kind of creepy. Not gonna lie, NGL. But regardless, it is very pretty.
Yeah.
But you can definitely tell there's something amiss in this place.
Haunted House Restaurant.
Yeah.
It's
and that's
really,
the attic.
I'd spend a lot of time up there. That's pretty cool.
It is really nice. It's very creepy though.
That's very creepy.
Yeah. But it does have a nice yard. That door looks super haunted. But yeah, so that's our property. The description listed for the listing is this. At the end of its own gravel tree-lined road, which is the start of every horror movie, perched on a hill lies the iconic former Haunted House Restaurant. At this moment, it's a perfectly lovely blank canvas. It can be whatever you conjure.
No, they didn't.
They sure did.
They did not.
The 1935 mansion's location feels secluded, but it's adjacent to the Adventure District. It's country living with city access. You can see downtown through the trees. And what about a family compound with a cottage for the in-laws? It would be perfect for that. They're like, please buy this.
Probably please buy this.
The large yard could easily accommodate a pool and cabana, pickleball court, and another lodging, or all of the above. Can it be a beautiful restaurant once again? Undeniably, yes. Its location, mystique, and large rooms are perfect for creating intimate dining sections and alcoves. Could it be a chic, rustic boutique hotel, event center, income source? Yes, indeed. The stone garage is spaced.
Who wrote this?
I don't know. A very eager realtor who's trying to get this out. So the stone garage is spacious and could be a banquet space for additional guest rooms. Much of its mechanical infrastructure is updated. Keep its original floor plan, modify it, or start from scratch. It's a canvas awaiting an artist.
She's like, or burn it down.
Literally. Wonderful historic details are intact. Mantles, light fixtures and such, and the hardwood parquet floors await refinishing, having been preserved beneath carpet. There's an old speakeasy in the basement. Of course, it could make a stunning residence. Its exterior is classic Oklahoma stone.
Oh my gosh, it goes on.
It does.
This lady's like, please buy this house.
So we'll just leave it off the last line. It's a fabulous opportunity ready for its next chapter for the right person. It's absolutely one of one.
One of one.
Wow.
Okay. That is something else, y'all.
Yeah. Lindsay said, bro, they just want this sold so badly.
So badly.
No, they literally do.
You should.
Yes.
Wait, Lindsay, do you live Tulsa through, though not Oklahoma City? Okay. So you live in Oklahoma. Cool.
Very
yeah.
cool.
Please do.
Yeah.
Please
give them a call.
do.
I'm sure they'd be happy to have you.
Lindsay's just gonna walk into the house like, oh wow, this looks really great, and the realtor's gonna hear like a beep 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 because she can have her EFF free for you.
I love it. That's fantastic. So this next one, our second to last one, is going to be Sylvester K. Pierce House.
Okay.
Which is at 4 West Broadway in Gardner, Massachusetts. So the Sylvester K. Pierce House, also known as S.K. Pierce Victorian Haunted Mansion, which is a mouthful.
Yeah.
Or just the Victorian Haunted Mansion, is a historic house at 4 West Broadway in Gardner, Massachusetts, built between 1873 and 1875 for a local chair manufacturer. It is a prominent local example of Second Empire architecture and is well known for reports of paranormal activity. It was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 2022, so it's got that going for it.
Which is nice.
Yeah. But the historic mansion was listed for sale in 2015 with a price of $329,000. And the S.K. Pierce House is located in the village center of South Gardner on the south side of West Broadway, budding Union Street, and across from the South Main Street junction where East Broadway meets South Main. Also otherwise known as Route 2A, at nearly 7,000 square feet. Its ceilings are 11 feet tall, and there are 10 bedrooms and 2.5 baths. And its main block is a 2+ a half-story frame structure with a mansard roof and clapboard exterior. So the fact that it has 10 bedrooms and 2.5 baths and it was placed at $329,000 tells you there's something off.
Something wrong.
But a 4-story tower, also topped by a mansard roof, rises from the center bay of the front facade. The main facade is 3 bays wide and projecting polygonal window bays of decreasing size to the left of the tower and paired sash windows to the right. And then it goes into more description, basically. But the house was built between 1873 and 1875 for Sylvester K. Pierce, who lived from 1820 to 1888, a native of Westminster, who moved to Gardner and became involved in the locally prominent chair manufacturing business, which eventually would lend Gardner its Chair City title.
Not Chair City.
Chair City.
Good old Gardner, Massachusetts. Chair City.
Exactly.
Come have a sit.
He purchased his own factory at the age of 25, located just across the street from the site of this house, and became one of the city's most successful businessmen of the period. This house was designed and built for his family by E. Boyden and Son, a prominent Worcester architect, and took 3 years of painstakingly detailed work to complete. Pierce's son converted the house into an inn with visitors including former United States President Calvin Coolidge and Norman Rockwell, and a number of stars from stage and screen. Now, how it got the reputation of being haunted is because there were a series of tragic events, including Susan Pierce, Sylvester's first wife, who died from a bacterial illness just weeks after moving in.
Oh.
Sylvester Pierce himself passed away in 1888, leaving the mansion to his second wife, Ellen, and their 3 sons. Okay. Rachel Pierce, Edward's 2-year-old daughter, died in the home from gastronitis. And Eno Sari, a Finnish immigrant, burned to death in the master bedroom in 1963.
Wait, okay, so we have gastroenteritis, we got, bacterial illness, and then we have burning to death?
Yeah.
In the room?
In 1963 under mysterious circumstances.
Mysterious circumstances?
Yes.
What in the hell?
Yeah. And
what in Sam hell?
over the years, the mansion was converted into a boarding house where reports of gambling, prostitution, and even murder emerged. And
this just gets real dark.
It always does.
Oh my God.
And one tale involves a prostitute being strangled in the infamous red bedroom on the second floor.
Wow.
And so visitors and paranormal investigators have reported apparitions of sightings of Sylvester Pierce, his wives, children, and other unidentified spirits. Physical sensations like feelings of being pushed, especially near staircases and windows. And they hear disembodied voices chanting in a lion's roar, believed to be Sylvester expressing displeasure.
No.
And then also sudden temperature drops, foul odors, and moving furniture.
Okay.
So all of that to say.
Yes, I want to see it.
Here is the house.
Okay. Alex said that she believes that Jason Hawes did a video on it. I think so magnificent, and the other houses near it are so drab compared. This is so
currently
strange.
It is going to run you $1.2 million.
Yeah, okay, that sounds about right. It is so pretty.
It's very pretty.
I love it. It looks like a haunted house, y'all.
It sure does.
Quintessential haunted house. What the hell's in the corner there? Hold on. What is that? Is that a dried mermaid?
That sure is.
Hold on, let's go back over to the other one. What in the hell? What is that?
That looks like a dried mermaid.
That is a whole dried mermaid.
Yep.
That doesn't go along with anything in this house.
No,
like, it's
but they wanted to have it.
I guess I'm the type to want a dried mermaid, but
it's so beautiful.
I'd have it in my man cave.
It's so beautiful and so modern. Also, they keep photos of the people who died in the house. So that's Pierce, and that's his wife.
And are we able to investigate it?
I feel like if we contacted the realtor, maybe.
Y'all know me.
He will finagle.
I do.
But I'm trying to get you to the red bedroom, which I believe is this one.
Red room.
But
okay. I'm excited.
And then they leave toys out for the kids, which is creepy. And why do they always leave the creepiest toys out for child ghosts? Like, personally, I'd be so offended if I was a kid ghost and they presented me with these horrifying things.
Yeah. Where's the red room?
So I was correct. It is that
wallpaper
wallpaper
was that
one.
I wanted wallpaper one.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty. I actually kind of like it.
Yeah. So this is where death happened, and this is where the man burned alive.
Wow.
So there you go.
Okay.
But then our last one is going to be a quick one, y'all. But you'll probably be familiar with it because it's fairly modern.
Okay. The Conjuring House.
No, it is the home of Christopher Watts, and it's his Murder McMansion.
Murder McMansion.
And it's at 2825 Saratoga Trail in Frederick, Colorado. You're familiar with this case.
I am.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
I am familiar with this case.
His house is for sale.
Shut up. Chris Watt?
Yeah.
House is for sale?
Yeah.
Y'all, that is terrifying.
And so on my birthday in 2018.
Yeah, I remember that.
Christopher Lee Watts murdered his pregnant wife, Shannon Watts, by strangulation in their home. He then smothered their two young daughters, Bella, who was 4, and Celeste, who was 3. Watts transported Shannon's body to a remote oil storage site owned by his employer, Anadarko Petroleum, where he buried her in a shallow grave. And he disposed of the children's bodies by placing them inside separate crude oil tanks.
All because he wanted a new life with another woman.
Exactly.
Unbelievable.
Lame.
I mean, he's a perfect example of a sociopath.
Yes.
I mean, just insane.
And so initially, Watts appeared on local news outlets pleading for his family's return, claiming they were missing. However, after failing a polygraph test and being confronted with evidence, he confessed to the murders. And boy, is that an entertaining interview to watch if you like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But in November of 2018, he pled guilty to multiple counts of first-degree murder and was sentenced to 5 life sentences without the possibility of parole. So he doesn't need a house. along with additional years for other charges.
So he doesn't need a house.
And
there it is. No way.
oh, it actually did sell. It sold last year. Excuse
okay.
me. So some other freak bought the house.
Yeah.
And this estimate is, so it sold for $650,000.
I mean, it's a nice house and it's in Colorado and
It's a little McMansion.
Wait. Hold
In
on.
these moments, time stood still. That's so creepy. Why did
my gosh. They have the
baby photos?
The baby photos and the wife photo on the wall.
That's so
Yeah,
scary.
I paint over that. So, well, you can't really because
No.
they should just make I don't know what you do with this house, y'all. So like it's such an atrocity. I don't know what you do with this house.
Yeah. And
There it is. Gosh. Because I watched it, I've seen the interview so many times.
so to answer your question, Pam, I am not sure if it's the Watts family furniture. I would assume so for just staging photos and stuff, which is disturbing. But yeah.
Goodness. How do you so they put that on the so it says in these moments time stood still.
With
It has the names of the Oh, that's their birth dates, not their death date. Okay.
no, these are this person's
Huh?
this is whoever moved in. This is their grandchildren because those aren't their names.
Oh.
Now upon further
This
inspection.
is okay, y'all.
But-
I'm done.
But
This is wild.
In these moments, time stood still should never be engraved onto the walls of this house.
No, this is strange.
It's really strange.
Y'all need to click this and look at that because that is just not.
It's
normal.
disturbing.
It's like you never see that in any other house. Like you know what I mean?
It's so
Yikes.
creepy. But yeah, so though that one is not technically haunted so far as we know, when atrocious things like that happen, you have to at least believe there's some type of residual energy that could be picked up on in a house like this. But yeah, so thank y'all so much though for listening to this
This
episode.
has been fun. This
I
one's
think it's
fun.
Yeah,
We should do more of these.
I agree.
If y'all want to do more of these, comment, let us know. Seriously, just be like, I love this or whatever. But yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah. So thank y'all again. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day whenever you're listening to this. And my name is Madison Timmons.
And I'm JT Timmons.
And stay spooky, y'all.